You can begin class today lying on your back in Happy Baby. So we'll get right into both the hips and the hamstrings. Come all the way down on your back, reach for the soles of your feet, pull your knees down towards your armpits. And then depending on how you're feeling, where you want to get the most sensation, you can adjust or modify your Happy Baby. To keep feeling it a little more in the hamstrings, just pull down more on the soles of the feet. If you want to bring this more into your upper back, you can rock your weight more onto your shoulder blades and start to lift the lower back. Or if you want to bring this into the lower back, you can lift your head and rock more of your weight forward onto the low back. Take a little time here to settle into this, to play around with it depending on what you're feeling or where you feel you could use a little more awakening. Take one more breath in your Happy Baby, and then cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, coming into a figure 4 position. Bring your hands behind the left thigh or all the way wrapped around the left shin and pull this figure 4 shape in towards the body. As you inhale here, allow the chest to expand, and as you exhale, see if you can pull the figure 4 a little closer in. Bring the soles of the feet together in a lifted Baddha Konasana shape. And then lift your chest, lift your head, take your hands outside of your shins, or take your hands around the outsides of the feet. Pull the soles of the feet towards the upper body. You can bring your chest and your head back down. You can work this position from a more still place, or you can start to rock and sway back and forth, massaging the lower back. On your next exhale, let this go. Take your figure 4 on to the other side, left ankle across the top of the right thigh, hands wrapping behind the right thigh, or all the way around that right calf. Inhale, allow everything to expand, and exhale, pull in closer to the upper body. Waking up the outer hips. Send your elbows out to either side. You can use the left elbow to help press the left leg further away from you as you draw the right thigh in. On your next exhale, release this shape. Hug both knees in towards the body. And then inhale, keep your hands or your arms wrapped around your shins, but press your shins into your arms. So you're creating a little resistance here. Then rock and roll back and forth along the spine, taking it forward and back, and meet on your mat in your all fours position. You can go right into some cat-cows. As you drop the belly, send your heart forward. Inhale as you round the spine, press the floor away. Exhale. Taking these cat-cows as fast or as slow as feels good for you here. Noticing as you fluctuate the pelvis and the spine if there are any areas that feel a little sticky or stuck, anywhere that you need to spend a little extra time. On your next exhale, come to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, lift your knees, press the floor away, and come into your first downward facing dog of tonight's practice. On an inhale, lift the heels high, come onto the balls of the feet, and as you exhale, drop the heels back down. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift the heels, exhale, lower back down. Twice more. Inhale, bring it up, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, and pivot the heels towards the right as you drop them back down. Linger here with the heels going towards the right side of the room. Feel the sensation that brings into the backs of the legs. Keep pressing the right hand down into the mat. Come onto the fingertips of your left hand and walk your left hand a little further forward, lengthening out that whole side of the body. Walk the left hand back. Inhale, bring the heels back towards center, and exhale, drop the heels over towards the left. Lingering here. Press down through the left palm, tent the right fingertips, and walk the right hand a little further forward on your mat. Feeling that length and opening through the right side body. Walk the right hand back, pivot your feet so you come back into your neutral down dog. Big breath here. Inhale, come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, bring your gaze forward, and just walk your feet forward to meet your hands at the front of your mat, forward fold. Take your feet a little bit wider. You can bring a slight bend into the knees, bring opposite hands to opposite elbows, drop the head, maybe shake your head yes and no, releasing any tension. Can hang right here in ragdoll or start to bring a sway back and forth from side to side. On your next exhale, release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, stacking the spine as you lift, and exhale, hands to heart center, pause. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness internally. Set your intention for your own personal practice today. What is it that you want to release? What is it that you want to cultivate? Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth. Inhale through the nose once more. Exhale, release. Then inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, sit the hips down into a chair pose. You don't have to go super deep for your first chair here. It's not so much about being rigid and very structured in each posture today as it is about bringing a little more fluidity into the hips, into the hamstrings. Let yourself feel a little more free in this chair pose than you might usually. Then bring your hands onto your sacrum. Inhale, stand all the way up. Press your pelvis forward. Come into a slight back bend, lifting your gaze. And then exhale, forward fold. Come all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And step the right foot back. Drop the right knee. Inhale, lift up, low lunge. Two different options for your hands here. You can interlace your fingers behind your back and press the clasp of your hands away, or you can bring your hands into a reverse prayer behind your back. Either one. As we stay into this first low lunge, think of your pelvis as scooping down and forward. Still dropping the tailbone down towards the earth as your hips move forward. Open across the heart space. Lifting your chest up towards your chin. Maybe lift your gaze. And then next, exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Send your left foot back and up into a three-legged dog. You can bend your knee, open your hip here. Maybe take some circles with the knee or the ankle. Inhale, extend that left leg out long behind you. Exhale, draw the left foot all the way through on the outside of the left hand, coming into a lizard lunge. Keep the right knee lifted. Wiggle the right ball of the foot back behind you, finding a little more space. Keep pressing your palms down onto the mat. Right heel moves back as the crown of your head moves forward. Next, inhale, step the left foot to meet the right, move through a vinyasa, then lift your hips up and back and meet in downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Press your palms down into the mat, spread your fingers wide, press your knuckles down into the mat. Wrap your triceps down and back. Allow your shoulder blades to broaden across the back as you lift your hips higher. Press your quads back. Press your calves back. Send energy through the backs of your heels. Start to lower them closer to the mat. On your next inhale, rise up high on the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. Hop or walk your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up into a chair pose. Keep it nice and easy and loose here. Bring your hands back onto your sacrum. Inhale, stand up. Little baby back bend here. And then exhale, come right back down, forward fold. This time, step the left foot back into a low lunge. Drop the left knee. Inhale, rise up, reaching your arms out past your ears to start. Feel the scoop of the pelvis going down and forward. Lift your chest up towards your chin. Same options with the hands here. You can interlace the fingers, press the clasp of the hands away, or wiggle that reverse prayer hands into your spine. Whatever variation you choose, keep sending your hips down and forward. Keep lifting and opening through the heart space, drawing the right thigh back and the left thigh forward. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, send the right leg up and back behind you, three-legged dog. Bend the right hip, open the hip. Maybe circles with the knee or with the ankle. Extend that right leg out long and then draw it all the way through. Right foot coming on the outside of the right hand. Left knee stays lifted. Palms pressing down into the mat. Wiggle that left foot further back, finding more space, more openness through the hips, through the groin. Keep wrapping the right thigh in towards the center line. And then step the right foot back to meet the left. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths. On your next inhale, rise high on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, bring your gaze forward, feet meet the hands at the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep your arms up overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. One more round, just taking a few more variations. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, sit the hips back, chair. Bring the hands to your sacrum. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, take a little baby back bend here. Forward fold, go all the way down. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back, drop the right knee. Inhale, rise up into your low lunge. This time, take the left palm into the center of your back. Bring the right hand to the left elbow and help guide the left elbow a little more towards the right. You can stay right here if this is bringing enough sensation into the pose, or you can wrap your right arm around and back and try to bring the right hand to meet the left fingertips. If it doesn't meet the left fingertips, you can take your strap or your belt and use that to help you make the connection. Taking a few rounds of breath here, so take your time to find a variation that works for you. Keep sending the pelvis down and scooping it forward. Lifting the chest towards your chin, opening across the heart space. And then on your next exhale, release the hands, bring them down to the mat, tuck the right toes, and send the left foot up and back into your 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Starting to warm up, starting to feel a bit more open. You can stay right here, or if you'd like to, you can flip your dog, taking the left foot on the outside of the right leg and reaching that left arm out past your ear. If you're in your flip dog, take it back over, left hand comes back down to the mat, left leg extends back behind you. Exhale, draw the left foot all the way through. Bring your left palm on the inside of the left foot back into your lizard lunge. This time, drop the right knee. Options for your lizard lunge here. You can stay right here with the chest lifted, the arms extended, palms on the mat. You can heel toe the left foot out towards the edge of your mat with the left toes pointing towards the upper left corner of the room. You can take the left hand on the inside of the left knee and start to open the hip a little more manually. Or you can bend the right knee and reach back to clasp the right foot with the left hand. Take your time to find your edge, your variation of the pose. If you have the clasp of the right foot, you have two different options here. Drawing that right foot in closer towards your butt will bring more sensation into your hamstring. Pressing the right foot into your hand will help you open more across the chest. Always building on different variations of poses. Make sure you're choosing ones that make sense for your body, wherever your body is today. If you have the clasp of the foot, slowly release that right foot back down. Bring the left palm back out in front of you. Step the left foot to meet the right in plank pose. Move through your vinyasa and meet in downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths. Inhale, come high on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, gaze forward, hop or walk your feet to meet your hands, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, as you rise up, sit your hips back into your chair pose. Hands come to your sacrum. Inhale, come up, and exhale, tiny back bend. Next, exhale, fold forward. Step the left foot back this time into your low lunge. Drop the left knee. Inhale, rise up. Take the right palm of the hand into the center of the back, in between the shoulder blades. Use the left hand to help guide the right elbow more towards the left side of the body. Stay right here, or wrap the left hand behind the back, reaching the left fingertips to meet the right. You can always use your strap here. Then once you're set up, drop the tailbone down, scoop the pelvis forward, lift the chest, and exhale. Release the hands down to the mat, tuck the left toes and send the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. Same option on this side to flip your dog, bringing the right foot on the outside of the left leg. You can keep that right foot lifted like you're wearing a high heel. If you flipped over, take it back around. Send the right leg up and back once more, and then draw the right foot to the front of your mat, both palms on the inside of the foot. Take the left knee down so you're coming into your low lizard lunge. I'll walk through the same options on this side. You can stay right here with your chest lifted. You can heel toe the right foot out, so the right toes are pointing at a 45-degree angle, and use the right hand to help open up the hip. You can bend the left foot and reach back to grab the left foot with your right hand. Option to use a strap here as well. If you want to bring this into your hamstrings, draw the foot in towards your butt. If you want to open the chest, press the foot into your hand and feel the opening across the heart space. Big, deep, deliberate breaths here. If you have the grip of the foot, carefully release it back with control. Bring the right palm back in front of you. Step the right foot to meet the left in plank. Move through your vinyasa and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Noticing already if this down dog feels different than your first one at the very beginning of class. Is there any more opening through the back of the legs? Any more access of the heels to the floor? Inhale, rise high, gaze forward, hop or walk your feet to meet your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit the hips back, chair pose. Then hands to sacrum, straighten up, and take a little baby back bend on your exhale. Inhale, fold forward once more. And then slowly stacking your spine, rise all the way up. Sweep your arms up overhead and bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. This time, hop or step your feet back into plank. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the right leg all the way through. Plant the foot in between your palms. Before coming up, find your foundation for warrior one. You can take your feet a little wider. Bring the sole of the left foot down to the mat. Inhale, rise up once you've found your grounding. Sink your tailbone down towards the earth. Stack your torso right on top of your pelvis. Reach up equally through both sides of the body. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Press the clasp of the hands away. Make space between the ears and the shoulder heads. Puff your chest towards your chin. And then exhale forward into humble warrior. If your elbows are a little hyper flexible like mine, just bring a micro bend into the elbows. You can allow your arms to start to come up and over the head. Next, inhale, take it back up into your warrior one. This time, wrap the right arm under the left into eagle arms. You can wrap once or twice if there's access. If eagle arms feel a little too intense, you can take opposite hands to opposite shoulders. Inhale here, find length in the spine, and exhale, take it forward, humble warrior, torso coming on the inside of the thigh. Unintertwine your arms, bring your hands down onto the mat, staying in your wide warrior one stance here. Palms come down flat to the mat, then start to walk your hands over towards the left side of the mat at about a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands out in front of you as if you're making a down dog shape just in the upper body. Press your palms down onto the floor and send your hips back behind you. You can pulse a little here, taking the hips forward and back. Walk your hands over towards center. Pivot the left foot so it comes parallel to the edge of the mat, so you're more in a warrior two stance in the legs. Press the left palm down into the mat. Keep the left arm nice and strong and engaged. And bring the right hand onto the inside of the right thigh. Press the thigh away. Good. Pause here. Using that hand to help manually encourage more opening through the hips. I've heard this called burning warrior. Good. And then drop the right hand back down onto the mat. Pivot your feet so they're parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale, take your chest forward, and then turn your fingertips so they face behind you. Walk the hands back, drop the head down towards the mat. As you inhale here, keep exploring length in the spine. As you exhale, see if you can reach the crown of the head a little closer to the mat. Good. On your next inhale, walk your hands back so they're underneath the shoulders. Take the spine nice and long. Walk your hands over to the right foot once more and come into your lifted lizard lunge. So the left knee stays lifted. Bringing some dynamic movement here. As you inhale, send your chest forward, find more expansion through the hips. And as you exhale, lift your hips and straighten the right leg. Inhale, send it forward like a cow pose. Exhale, straighten the right leg, maybe right toes come towards the face. Good. Keep rocking back and forth. Taking this at your own pace. Again, noticing if any areas feel sticky, feel stuck, maybe linger with that. Finding a range of motion that makes sense for you. And then the next time your hips are lifted and that right leg is straight, pause. Take the right sole of the foot down to the mat, come up high on the ball of the left foot, and lift the left leg into a standing split. Start with hands, your fingertips onto the floor. Then experiment with your balance here. See if you can take the right hand behind the right calf. Maybe the left hand can meet it. Keep pressing down through all four corners of the right foot. If you're gripping behind the calf, release your hands back down. And then step the left foot behind the right foot. So you're crossing at the calves. Forward fold over your crossed legs. Exhale, release here. Good. Step your feet so they're side by side once more. Inhale, halfway lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, hop or step back into a plank. Move through your vinyasa or send it straight back into downward facing dog. Use your down dog to reset, to reconnect. And then we'll take that sequence on to the other side. Inhale, take the left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw the left foot all the way through. Find your warrior one stance before you rise. Maybe take your feet a little wider. Flatten the right sole of the foot down onto the mat, and then inhale, rise up. Interlace your fingers behind your back, press your hands away, open across the chest, and then exhale, humble warrior. Torso is on the inside of the thighs. Maybe your arms start to come up and over the head. Inhale, come back up, warrior one. Left arm wraps under right arm here. Wraps once or twice, or maybe you cross at the arms. Inhale, nice and big. Exhale, take it forward, humble warrior. On your next exhale, unwrap the arms. Keep your feet as they are. Press your palms down into the mat, and then walk your hands over towards the right, so you end up with your torso at about a 45-degree angle. Press the palms down into the floor. Find that downward facing dog stance in the upper body. And then pulse the hips back. Keep pressing the palms down into the floor. Send your hips forward and back. Walk your hands over towards center now. Pivot the right foot so it's more in a warrior two stance with the right edge of the foot parallel to the mat. Take the left hand on the inside of the left thigh and press the thigh away. You're burning warrior on this side. Keep pressing down through the right hand, finding length in the spine, drawing the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, left palm comes down to meet the right. Pivot the left foot in so that your feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale to center, lengthen the spine, and exhale, walk your hands back behind you, drawing the crown of the head closer to the floor. Use your breath as a tool here. Allowing every exhale to help you release a little further. On your next inhale, palms come back underneath the shoulders, lengthen the crown of the head forward. Walk your hands over towards the front of the mat once more, coming into your lifted lizard lunge. Inhale, drop the belly, send the heart forward. Exhale, straighten the left leg, flex the left toes towards the face. Inhale to take it forward. Exhale, straighten, send the hips back. Good. Just like you did on the other side, keep taking this motion back and forth at your own pace, matching the movement to your breath, lingering anywhere that feels like it needs a little more attention. And then the next time your hips are lifted and your left leg is straight, bring the left sole of the foot down onto the mat. Come up high on the ball of the right foot and send the right leg up and back into your standing split. Fingertips are tented in front of you. Crown of the head is dropping down towards the mat. Maybe take the left hand behind the left calf. Maybe bring the right hand to meet it. On your next exhale, Step the right foot behind the left, crossing at the calves, and forward fold. Step your feet so that they're right next to each other once more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Turn to face you for this. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Bring your palms down onto the mat, and then sit your hips back towards your heels, coming into Malasana. Okay. From your Malasana, just press down through the soles of both feet and come to stand all the way back up. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Sit the hips down towards the heels, Malasana once more, and then inhale, press through the soles of the feet, come right back up. Twice more like this. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hinge forward. Hips down towards your heels, Malasana. Inhale, press through the soles of the feet, come all the way back up. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hinge forward. Hips down towards your heels, Malasana. And then this time, just stay. Sinking your tailbone down, reaching the crown of your head up. Coming into a twisting Malasana, take the right arm across the right knee, right palm over towards the side of the room, and left hand lifts. Gaze can follow the left hand. Option to stay just like this, continuing to work the twist. Or you can bring your left hand around your back and connect the left hand to the right. If this is hard to access, you can grab your strap and use your strap to make that connection for you. Again, building from pose to pose, making intelligent decisions about wherever you are today. From here, you can bring your gaze over towards the left foot. Press the left foot down onto the mat and lift the right heel as you do that, coming up high on the ball of the right foot. Stay right here, or begin to press down through the sole of the left foot and lift all the way up, keeping the bind of your arms wrapped around the right leg. So you're lifting, coming to stand in a funky bird of paradise. You're like a bird of paradise that's afraid to show its wings. Wherever you are, deep breath. If you lift it all the way up, see if you can lower back down without losing the bind. Sit back into your Malasana and release. Take your hands to center. Shake that off before bringing it over to the other side. Press down through the soles of the feet. Come to stand all the way up. Sweep the arms up overhead. Forward fold. And sit back into your Malasana. Step by step on the other side, cross the left arm in front of the left leg. Reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. Stay right here. Or you can wrap the right arm behind your back, making that bind, making that connection. Begin shifting your weight into the right foot as you come up high on the ball of the left foot, like you're wearing a high heel on that side. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you start to lift and press down through the right foot. Rising up into your funky, shy bird of paradise. Once you've lifted all the way up, keep pressing down through the right sole of the foot, rooting to rise. Slowly, carefully, with control, see if you can keep the bind as you come back down. Bring your hands to heart center. And then everyone from here, just rock right back, lift the legs up into Navasana. Any version of Navasana, you can have your legs straight, you can keep your hands behind the thighs. Just hold here for a few rounds of breath. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Coming all the way down onto your back. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, feet about hips width distance apart. We'll take 3 rounds of back bends here. So everyone start with a bridge pose. Bring your feet close enough to your body that maybe you can brush the backs of your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, and as you inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, wiggle the shoulder blades closer together underneath your back. Maybe just press down through the forearms, or maybe it's helpful to interlace the fingers underneath your back and press the clasp of the hands down into the mat. Keep your gaze directly above you. Inhale, see if you can lift a little higher. And then exhale, lower back down. You're going to repeat your bridge pose for the next 2 rounds, or if you'd like to come into wheel, we'll walk through that now. Keep your feet as they are. Press the soles of the feet down into the mat. Reach your arms towards the ceiling and flex your fingers towards your face so that your palms are facing the ceiling. Take the right palm next to the right ear, fingertips pointing towards your body, left palm right next to the left ear. As you do that, notice if the elbows have started to splay out, draw them back in. And then on your next inhale, press down through the palms, press down through the soles of the feet, and lift up towards the ceiling. Keep your thighs parallel to one another. Make sure they haven't splayed out in one direction or the other. Once you're lifted, you can walk your hands closer back towards your feet. Maybe play with coming onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, slowly, slowly lower back down, protecting your head. You can bring your hands onto your belly, windshield wiper your knees back and forth a little bit before your final round of back bending. And opening the hips and opening the hamstrings, we've been working towards your back bends all throughout the practice. Good, bring your knees back to center. Align your feet, press the soles of the feet down into the mat. Position your hands once more so they're right outside the ears. Elbows staying in. And then inhale, press it up. Lifting the hips towards the ceiling, keeping the thighs parallel. Maybe experimenting with lifting onto one ball of the foot and then the other. Take one more big breath here and exhale slowly, carefully, lower back down. Okay. Rock your knees over towards the right side of the room and take the left ankle, cross it over the top. No, take your right ankle, Cross it over the top of the left thigh to help draw that left leg more towards the right side of the room. You can take your gaze over your left shoulder. Breathing, beginning to let all of the work you've done over the past hour begin to resonate through your body. And take the knees back to center. Then let them fall over towards the left. Left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh now. Gaze can come over the right shoulder. Good. Take the knees back towards center. Hug them in towards the chest. You can rock back and forth a bit here. Reach for the soles of the feet. Draw the knees towards the armpits, just like we did at the beginning of practice. Maybe rock your baby back and forth, massaging the spine, massaging the lower back. Come back to center. Hug the knees in towards the chest once more. Press your knees into your hands. Or if you've wrapped your arms all the way around the knees, press your knees into your forearms. Feel that resistance. From here, take the next minute or so to do any final movements or motions that would feel good, that your body is asking for before coming into your final resting pose of the class. Anything else, maybe an inversion, maybe just lifting the legs towards the ceiling, maybe another twist. And then as you're ready, allow yourself to begin to set up for your Shavasana. Bring the legs all the way out long on the mat. Let your feet fall open wide to either side. Do one final breathing exercise together to help you release any little bits of tension that might remain in the body. Take both hands onto the belly. Inhale halfway and hold. Inhale all the way and hold. Open your mouth, release, let it all go. You can take your Shavasana with your hands on your body, or you can allow your arms to come out long on either side. As you close your eyes, shift your gaze from the external to the internal. Breathe, rest, Shavasana.